very, very impressive. And to our next speaker, when I asked him what he thinks of humanity, he gave me an answer which made me smile, actually. He said, high moral and ethic standards, behaving with kindness to any live creature, compassion and understanding. Please help me welcome Ilia Rabinovich.
Dear Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about some topic which is sounds to me important. It's topics which appear in the media and newspapers every second day. The problem of the population growth in the Western world. Actually, we also can see it here. Here in Czech Republic, we have negative population growth, which means that more people dying than people who born. During this speech, I want to show you some macro perspective, some micro perspective, and give you some my own story and some suggestions which you can take out from this class. Then let's start from the history. Actually, we was living in some agricultural world till the post-industrial evolution. Most of the people was working in the world, and as big families was needed to help, like families wanted more children to work in the field simply. But when the machines and factories entered to our world, things changed. First of all, in addition to it, with the laboratories, medicine improved, and simply the child mortality decreased dramatically. And the second thing that simply the parents started to think. In agriculture, we can earn really small, we're very dependent on the weather and different factors. But if our child will study, he will be engineer in one of these factories, and he will live well, and will basically in this time it was, if someone working well, it's also wealth for all the family. But let's go a little bit further. Basically, what has actually happened also in the last century of in the second half of last century. Basically, what happened that also it's our parents. Basically, both of them was already working, which was not happening before. Before, the woman usually was staying at home with the children, growing them. But our parents usually was both working. Also, the workforce of the women entering to the work was increased, and it's still growing. And what does it mean? That it's simply women working and family don't have enough time to grow really big families of many children. And what's happening actually with our generation? What is happening is that even the women in the end of her fertile age, in the 40s, if she will deciding to raise a child, probably her parents will still be working. And it will be hard to them to help. But let me tell you a little bit of my story. 1.5 years ago, my first son born. When my wife was pregnant, I was still living in Israel before moving to Prague. We was talking by phone, and parents of both of us were super excited. They was saying us, we will spend a lot of time, we'll help you, we'll take care, everything. We was thinking, actually was one of the reasons to move here. We said, cool, we will some many babysitters from the family, wonderful. But what happened? Like we moved here, child born, but the family enthusiasm went really down. What has happened that simply, like, especially in the first months, like basically it was mostly parents of the extended family of my wife. they were simply not coming, they was not really committed. They was finding some different excuses, like from, I don't know, some, when you're asking to take care of the child, like they have some important meeting with some elementary school friend, or one day it was that they need to take a dog to veterinary to cut the nails when my wife was sick, like such a, but what I discovered is it's actually type of problem, not only mine, but after I was talking with some of my friends, I saw it's a problem of all the population, or maybe some part, maybe in some countries it's, which is more orthodox. Basically today, first of all, the parents working, and second, they simply have so many activities. When they finish their work after a long time on the weekend, they want to meet with their friends, they want to go to these clubs, they want to go abroad. And sitting with a small crying child is the not most enthusiastic thing. Even the older population searching for some activities, some exciting thing, and the child in the first month not so exciting, he hardly can't even smile. But this is actually, but actually how we solved it, we simply hired a babysitter after it was some discussion, and after this situation improved, they was less committed and was able to take some enthusiastic decisions. And what I want to encourage you, first of all, you're still student, you're pretty young, it will take some time, but already today, because today generation pretty disconnected from the parents. First of all, it's good even in the early age to start having to removing your bad habits like junk food, smoking, drinking, and implementing some of the good habits. Because you know when it will be soon when you conceive the child, and it's creating a lot of mess. When you're not healthy, it's taking more time, and the children born ill. The second thing, improve now the relationship with your parents. First of all, they grew you, and you will see it when you will have own child, how much effort it costs. But also, if the relationship now will not be good, the probability they will help you when your child will born will be pretty low. And the second one, simply think about some plan B. Search for babysitter in advance, team with some friends who planning children. I, for example, decided to take a 1.5 year vacation from the work, from career, to stay to help at home. And I believe that first of all, children will come sooner. Sooner than you expect. and believe me, the children is the best gift you can imagine in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ilia, for your speech. I would kindly ask